Welcome to Animal Control Issues. I'm your host, Emanuel Maciel. On today's edition, we received a call for a skunk that's possibly rabid. So we're going to go out and see if it's true. We've had distemper in the area, and we will see what this one brings.
In this case, a homeowner noticed that the skunk in his backyard was foaming at the mouth and was barely moving. We were met by an enthusiastic group of workers installing solar panels on the home.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. Really?
Because they're working on the house. They're in the exclusion zone, so if something happens.
So it's okay to get skunk stuff on there? So okay.
That's what it is. I got to follow my rules. Anybody in this red tape has to have one in case something happens.
Wow.
Just
Okay.
for liability in case something falls.
You do like something's going to fall. You got it on backwards. But it's going to fall that way.
Right around the back, right next to
The homeowner trapped the skunk under a plastic storage container, noting that he hadn't even sprayed once.
I'm trying to make like a tunnel for him so he can go right from one to the other. You guys ain't afraid of heights, but you're afraid of a small skunk. We'll figure that out. You guys got a trash bag? Big trash bag?
Trash bag? Like the boy's dead, huh? Dead?
No, he's alive.
Oh, he is? Commercial bag?
Something like that, yeah.
Bailey, you gonna stick him in the bag?
Yeah, so in case he sprays again, it stays inside the bag.
I would stick him in the bag. Yeah. He's about to die anyway. I'll just stick him in the bag and leave him there too.
No, it's humane death is better than having him die on its own, so.
He's close.
What do you guys do? You guys go in the woods now and jump them off? Is that what
No, we put him to sleep.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Out in the country, it'd be a humane death.
What we do here is we use a bag, just has a barrier in case he does spray again. It stays within the bag, and you know, he's definitely, there's something wrong with him. You can see he's very lethargic. Probably most likely it's distemper. I wouldn't consider it rabies. I'll find out if it's come in contact with anybody else. I know he has a lot of kids' toys in the yard, so that's our concern now, is if there's a possibility that the skunk got in contact with anything, then we can, if we have to, send them out to the state lab for testing. But for right now, it's just basically because the vans are equipped the way they're equipped. So in case he sprays again. So that's what we're doing here. So find out what's going on with him.
Like within a day, saying, oh, your system's not communicating.
Watch out for the skunk. Is he afraid of the little skunk?
I'm not afraid of it.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
Do you have any animals, anything that could have came in contact with? Okay. And you seen him just walk around the yard?
I came out of my basement, he was standing right at the door, foaming at the mouth. I slammed the door in his face, and then it was walking around. Went to go climb on my deck, and I couldn't even make it up. So that's why I...
All right. I mean, with the rain and stuff, we should be all set. It looks like you might have distemper more than rabies.
Okay.
You know, because the foam at the mouth, it's a lot of the same signs as distemper.
Yeah.
So, but all right, that's
Definitely wasn't right, but...
Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Due to the skunk being lethargic, and definitely there's something going on with him, well, the best choice here in this matter for the skunk is humanely euthanasia. Basically says it's a good death. So we don't want him to suffer any longer. He's been out there for quite a while. We're going to safely and humanely put him to sleep so he doesn't suffer any longer. First, we give him a tranq, and then we go ahead with the final procedure of the euthanasia process. As I end up getting information from the homeowner that the skunk had not gotten, he doesn't have any dogs or cats at home, so there's no way that the skunk, if it did have rabies or distemper, could have, given it to anyone else, any other animal, because it doesn't have any. And the kids haven't been outside or anything like that, so it's safe enough to go ahead and put it to sleep without having to worry about rabies or distemper. When you're dealing with skunks, there's always that danger of being sprayed. We're hoping, that as lethargic that he is, that he's not with it. It was a tough time trying to get him in here, but there is definitely a stench. And even though they can't get the tail up, they can still spray. And I think that's what's happening, is he's spraying inside the cage here. That's just a tranq for now. This will take a couple of minutes for him to basically feel very, very relaxed, where I can go ahead with the procedure of euthanasia. Again, it's a humane death. Everything is documented. In this case here, it's a skunk where we picked it up on Canterbury, and then we document that it was put to sleep, what we did with it, the date, and then we also document in our euthanasia book of how many cc's we used and who put the animal to sleep. So it's basically our record that we picked up the skunk and that the animal was put to sleep, and it's also our record that how many cc's of the narcotics drugs that we used to put this animal to sleep. A lot of ticks on them. You can tell a lot of times too, a lot of times they'll be sick. What would be white, its trend is a little yellowish. It's one of the signs that I've noticed doing this job, that usually there's an issue sometimes with them. Either could just be malnourished, and then they're not getting their right nutrition. But that's all. And you'll never have to suffer again. This next case is a case where one of our officers down the south end of New Bedford had found a dog running loose, a little Shih Tzu Maltese mix, and they were able to capture it and put it in their vehicle and bring it up to Emita's. It was already after our hours of operation, so they called us and we met them at our office. We have great officers here that work for the city. They love their animals. When they see things like this, they get involved. They're not afraid. And this dog's got a very mangy odor to him. Obviously skin issues going on, and you'll see what I mean. Come here. Come here. Good boy. This dog here has got some, definitely, you see the back end here. Definitely some skin problems going on. The paws. It's very uncomfortable for these dogs to have this type of skin problems. As you can see, it's almost like a human having an allergic reaction or an allergy to food. A lot of times, all this can be taken care of by just changing the animal's food, by seeing vet care, making sure that the vet does some blood work, and hopefully they can tell what the dog is going on. It could be just, allergic to grain foods, but it's very, very uncomfortable. Again, they don't stop itching. You can see the front paws and the back paws are just swollen. It's just irritation of the skin is very, very uncomfortable. So as we just got this dog, we're going to end up bringing him into the vet to be checked out until we find the owner. A lot of times, we hope in this case that the dog wasn't abandoned because the owner could no longer care for him. But in cases like this, if you can't care for your dog, just call us and do the right thing. Give up your dog to a shelter. Call your local shelter. Call your local animal control, and sign your dog over. And dogs like this, with the right treatment, right care at the shelter, they get adopted all the time. Get in. Get in. Get in. Get in there. We're here at New England Animal Hospital. They're one of the 5 vets that we have for emergency services whenever we have an animal that needs to be seen by a vet. They help us out with that, and they discount certain rates for the city. So in this case, this dog will be brought in to be checked out by the vet. New England's on call for us today, so we're here, and we'll see what the doctor has to say about this dog's condition.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, baby. Hi, honey. Oh, where'd he come from?
He came in as a stray on South End.
Hi, sweetheart.
And we might have an owner on him. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, sweetie.
I'm hoping to. He's definitely got some skin issues. Look at the back end.
Oh my goodness. Poor little thing. Oh, he's so sweet. Hi, sweetheart. Aw.
He also has some eye issues too.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at the dry eye on this poor thing. Aww. Alright, let me get back to one with you.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, poor thing.
Bedford, over here.
So this is
This is actually a female. They have it down as a male. It's a female.
okay. It's good stuff. We got multiple issues on this one. Do we have a duration? Do you know how long it's been going on?
We just picked them up, so we don't know much of what's going on.
So this is the big lesion on the back. Is this lichenification area here? Oh,
This tells you about how long it's been going on, the chronic nature of it. So it tells you that this has been happening for a long time to get skin to kind of do this elephant-looking skin here, which is called lichenification. Typically seen with bacterial and yeast combinations.
Would that happen without being proper care, vet care, or?
It's just from being not addressed, essentially. So you could have somebody that's trying real hard to try to get rid of this, and it still be lichenification because the dog's that itchy and the skin's that irritated. But basically, that's from it chronically being a problem. Basically, same thing with the feet. You know, it's just from basically not being treated that way. You can have real tough skin cases that'll do this. So, you know, it looks like a combination of allergic skin disease, and then because of the allergic skin disease, the barrier of the skin's broken down, and it's allowing bacteria and yeast to kind of take a hold. So that's why you're seeing it on the typical neck folds, the legs, the feet. It's all the classic areas. So it's probably a combination of allergic skin, barriers broken down, and then you got bacteria and yeast. The eyes are a completely separate problem. So the fact that you get this green coming out of the eye like this on both sides is telling me that this dog has KCS, which is chronic dry eye, basically. So it's a completely separate problem. So this will be a dog that would need eye drops and eye lubrication for life, okay? And then likely this is allergic skin disease, so it's probably a very itchy dog that's been chewing and licking and biting at the feet. So a lot of times what I'm doing to start with is we can do some tape preps and skin scraping and making sure that she doesn't have Demodex, which it doesn't look like, but we just want to rule that out. And typically what these guys go on is an antibiotic, an antifungal, and anti-yeast, anti-yeast bath. And then over months and months and months, the skin can start to look better, and the dog will start to grow fur back, things like that. I have a lot of, I do stuff for a Westie rescue group, and a lot of their allergic skin dogs will have these same feet, things like that. So they pull them out, they bring them to me, and we kind of get started with them. They'd be amazed on how quick it can start to turn around once you start tackling the problems, basically. Some of these guys need the sensitive skin diets, though.
So hopefully the owner comes forward, and then we have, they make me happy that they have been to a vet and they have been working on the situation, because again, this dog definitely needs to be on some type of a, like you said, a treatment to get better. Is food, could food be a matter also, like changing the diet?
Absolutely. It would be one of the first things that we did, would put her on a hypoallergenic diet, or at least a novel protein diet. So the first things I would eliminate would be chicken, beef, and corn. Those are my top allergens in dogs. So a lot of times I'm trying to slide these guys over with like a fish diet, trying to take that away. So that's everything. We're going to do that for at least a minimum of 3 months before you even start to see results with that. You're going to take away chicken, beef, and corn, so fish diets, but we're going to do that with treats too. You want to make sure that you're not feeding milk bones at the same time you're feeding, one of these hypoallergenic diets too. But this is not going to turn around in a couple of weeks. It's definitely over a couple of months.
But at least it get comfortable in the next couple of weeks, a lot better comfortable than what it is.
We can make her a lot more comfortable.
With just medication and stuff.
We can make her skin a lot more comfortable, and we can really make a big difference in her eyes. Her eyes are really, really uncomfortable right now. You can see how dry that is. I can turn that around really quick. But that's going to be a lifelong therapy. It'll be pretty much lifelong therapy. So this is going to be an adoption out. You'll need a client that's going to be able to
stay on
long term. Somebody that's had not their first dog kind of thing. Somebody that's willing to take on a little bit of a challenging one. Fairly clean teeth, except for these back molars. I got one tooth there that would likely need to be removed. Front of the teeth look pretty good. That's a good girl. You can see some fur around the fangs here, indicating that she's chewing and licking because she's itchy. So I'm just going to try to look. A couple bad teeth that could be resolved that way. And then so she's got like fur entrapment here. It's such a nice dog. I wouldn't do this for every dog. She got a nice one where I can probably pull that right out of there. So how it traps the fur,
Yep.
that'll wrap around the tooth and then rot the tooth out. This one right here, I'll be able to get it out eventually. So the ear infections goes along with the rest of the diagnosis. The ears are an extension of the skin, so when you have really bad infected skin, you're going to have really bad infected ears to go along with it, type of thing.
Thanks again. I mean, hopefully an owner will come forward, or hopefully an owner will come forward and want to spend the money, because this dog definitely needs the care, and very nice dog. If not, hopefully go up for adoption.
Yeah, we can work together to correct her, and she might be a little bit easier to adopt out once we get the skin a little bit under control, so it doesn't look like it's such a difficult case. It doesn't look like a huge mountain to climb, basically.
Yeah.
We can calm this down over the next couple of weeks, and get a good jump start on everything.
We've had a couple of dogs come in with this condition before, and they've gotten adopted out. I mean, the matted one that we brought in there was...
Yeah, that was a good case.
That was a good case, and it's one of the clients here, and a really good dog, so... And people just doesn't, they just need to get their dogs to the vet. Possibility we have an owner on that dog. Someone left a note at our office that their dog might have been picked up last night.
On this call, a third-floor tenant moved out and left a cat behind. A caring second-floor tenant took the cat in, but wants the cat declawed. She called animal control, hoping that there was a free or low-cost program for that, or else she would sign over the cat to animal control.
Hopefully it does. I'm gonna try to see how it does without, declawing it.
Get a scratching pole. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I plan.
go online, learn how to make a scratching pole.
Just go right to, they even, nowadays, they have a, nice
Keep it indoor.
Yeah, I'm gonna
keep it indoors. Get a scratching pole. Get something where it can scratch. There's all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So.
I've been through that with the cats. believe
All
me.
right.
I've worked.
Better than declawing them, because then if they do
Yeah.
get out and they get loose, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
it doesn't have its claws to defend itself.
Exactly.
So, but just simple things of just getting a scratch pole.
Yeah, it was just like I said. I mean, I have a child with diabetes, and it's just like always, it's I'm healing up, but it's just like it's really playful.
Yeah.
What it is, And then I got leather furniture. I don't want it, but more so because of
Just like a dog, you got to train cats too.
Yeah, well,
so-
it's already rambunctious. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they're used to.
The other thing too is get it spayed and neutered, and it'll help with that too. We have a program for that.
It's gonna be indoors.
It doesn't matter.
I don't have I have a bunny. I don't think.
It don't matter. It's healthy for the cat, and plus,
Is it really?
it's is it a male or female?
It's a female.
It's a female. Yeah, she gets in heat. She's gonna, get rambunctious too. So,
Okay.
and then you take the risk of her wanting to scratch stuff, and so spay her. We have a program for that, free spay and neuter. So,
Oh, really?
yep. So call our office, leave your name, information, and we'll get you to.
Get it done.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Officer Cheryl Jackson, and I picked up a dog yesterday that was extremely emaciated, and I went to a friend and had her post it online for me so that I could see if someone came forward as to the owner of the dog and to see if we could find out maybe who put the dog in the condition that it was in. So now we're out at the owner's house, and they lost their dog 3 months ago. And the dog's name is Molly. Oh, they're giving her a bath now. I'm so glad you're home. I'm so glad you're home. You have the microphone. You smell good now.
I know, doesn't she?
Oh my goodness. Did you condition her?
Yeah. I had to.
Well, she has a dry skin because
So
of.
I wanted to shampoo her twice, but I just gave her a quick shampoo now, and I gave her a quick little conditioner. Well, I'll probably give her another tubby
Yeah.
later on.
I wouldn't wash her too much because right now her oil's in her skin
Yeah, I need to come back.
because she's so, like her.
Inside,
Yeah,
dehydrated.
because-
She needs to
yeah.
remake the oil.
She drank a
She's-
bunch of water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't want her to overdo it and then get.
Well, that's the biggest thing is feed her little bits, little bits, little bits.
Yeah, we
Cause
just gave her half a can of puppy food.
yep.
She didn't even eat
There you go.
Yeah,
Oh, she needs that.
she does. Look at her bones. But she had all the flakes on her coat. I was like, let's take a tubby now. Yeah, they took pictures of that.
That
She might have been chewing, maybe.
you might want to watch it because it's a complete circle. Could be ringworm,
Okay.
which is easily treatable.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah, so we went to the car. She remembered the car, hopped right in the back seat. She got right onto the center console where she usually sits, right between the driver and passenger. And I let her crawl on my lap, and she just sat right here on the side as I drove and was just so content and happy. It's just so great.
Now you guys posted her online. Where'd you post her?
Pet Detective on the Facebook, and then there was a
Bedford guy.
Bedford guy.
How did she go missing?
She was in the front yard and her leash was gone and she was gone.
And that was it. And then you posted her, and nobody
And
nobody
we haven't
made
heard
any
anything.
comments.
No one made any comments. We posted up. We spent nights looking around through
Yeah,
the
going
woods,
around.
thinking that she got lost on the leash and just kind of got hooked in the woods somewhere. And
What a
we looked
horrible
everywhere.
feeling.
It
What a horrible
was.
feeling thinking that she might have got caught up somewhere.
And not knowing
Yeah.
if anybody could help her. And unfortunately, look, people had her, and look at the cruelty she still got. It's just,
Yeah.
the mistreatment is terrible.
She
Yeah.
lost 25% of her weight.
Yeah. And you have pictures of her
Yeah,
prior
her
to,
stocky.
and how big she was.
She was
back
so
then. Oh my
muscular.
goodness, she was beautiful.
Bring her to the park all the time, the beach. She
Yeah.
loved the beach.
She was a total.
Yeah, you home, huh? You looking around like, yeah, you're so happy.
Camera.
Yeah, yeah, you posing.
And she's so sweet. And she's how old?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. And she looks like a puppy because of her weight.
Yeah.
She doesn't even look her
She
age.
smells so good now.
Yeah. So we brought her to. So basically, when I picked her up yesterday. I posted it, and then you guys called me at 9:30 to say she looked like your dog.
Yeah.
And that she had the same scar on her nose.
Like they took
And-
a birthmark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I contacted Forever Paws because I brought her up to Forever Paws. And I had Forever Paws look back online to verify that it was
See,
your
here,
dog.
This is what, I don't know if they could get that on there and how big she was. But she was very, very muscly, meaty. She was a very healthy dog.
Yeah.
And for someone to be so cruel, you're gonna steal the dog, at least
take care of her.
take care of her, you
Yeah.
know? We love her more than anything. It's for someone to treat any type of animal like that, it's not right. Someone needs to.
And she is so happy. to be
She's
home.
the
Look at
sweetest
her.
dog ever. She would never even hurt a fly. Right? You my babe. Oh, I know.
I'm just so glad she's home.
Me too.
And the other thing too is, like you did, you guys got her microchip now. So this way, if God forbid anything ever happens again, you can get her home.
You miss me. Yeah, you miss me.
If she had been microchipped, well, I could have just scanned her and got her home right away. So I really stress microchipping because it will get your dog home. If it does end up missing and it ends up with somebody, eventually that dog will get to a vet or in my custody. And the first thing we do is scan for a microchip so we can get her home to you.
The owners of this dog stepped forward to claim her, and she is now undergoing some much-needed treatment for her skin and eye issues. At last report, she is doing much better.